important that I get him by the tail, otherwise I'm not able to manipulate him. And what happens is every time I try to get him by the tail, he swings at me. That's it. Right. I'm getting as tired of him as he is of me. Poor little blighter, he only wanted to get back into the reeds, and I only want to get onto snake number 6. We go east for that, if I can ever get out of here.
For snake number 6, Steve's at the Great Barrier Reef, looking for a beaked sea snake. But no, it's a Stokes sea snake, a close relative of the beaked, and maybe close enough to count. This is a big one, too, longer than Steve, and capable of swimming circles around him.
Glorious sea snake. Absolutely glorious. They've got some incredible body structure. You can see how their belly scales have come down and divided to make a keel to aid in swimming. Cute head. And they feel just like a snake, not slimy like an eel or a fish. And if we have a look down at the tail, you can see it's very flattened, almost paddle-like. And this propels them through the water quite quickly, and they can even go in reverse. You can see, like all sea snakes, they aren't aggressive. They breathe air, just like we do. So bringing her to the surface is no harm. She's quite placid. And take a look at those nostrils. See how she opens and closes them? Let's just let her go and see what she does. Well, no big sea snake, but no worries, we saw plenty of others. Time to move on.
Number 5. And for this one, Steve's still at sea, heading for Revesby Island off South Australia. This time he's after yet another kind of tiger snake, just that much deadlier than the others he's found.
Whoa, what a little ripper. Have a look at this one, isn't she gorgeous? Now I can tell this is a female, and she's in really good condition. Now she's also gravid, which is a pregnant state in a snake. You can see she's got a lump that starts about here and goes all the way up her tummy. And she's gorgeous, very placid. Have a look on her body underneath the scales. Those little jiggers there, they're ticks. They're an external parasite, and they feed on blood in the snake. A lot of Australian animals carry ticks, and they don't present too much of a problem. She's so gorgeous, and given that she's pregnant, I'll just let her go. There you go, sweetheart.
For snake number 4, the landscape changes from desert island to the lush forests of the Great Dividing Range. But the target snakes in both places are closely related. They're each a kind of tiger snake.
Here's one here. Unreal. That's the most amount of tiger snakes I've ever seen in one place at one time in my life.
No one knows for sure why eastern tiger snakes huddle together in their hiding places. It's anybody's guess. Maybe they just like the company. For snake number 3, Steve goes from the wilderness of the mountain rainforests to the total domestication of eastern Queensland's sugarcane fields. This is taipan country. Nighttime isn't necessarily the best time to find taipans, but when it's so hot during the day, night's a better bet. It's certainly the time when the rats would be most active. But is it safe? Steve is, after all, on a quest for the world's deadliest snakes. Why not throw in the extra thrill of questing by night?
Woo, taipan. Thing with the taipan is, they're one of the stealthiest snakes in the Australian bush and would be the most dangerous snake that I'm going to be dealing with on this entire journey. Beautiful specimen. They've got a habit of coming straight back up over their own body and whistling past your ear. So let's have a look at him, and then I'll just release him on his way. Righto, mate. Good hunting.
That's enough. He's found and held the 3rd most venomous snake in the world, and a huge one at that. Point made. It can now go back to the rat hunt. For the 2nd most venomous snake in the world, Steve goes home to Brisbane, stopping by at the reptile park to visit his animals.
Whoa!
A common brown snake, the world's number 2, has been seen behind Steve's own house.
Welcome into my shed. Every boy's got to have a shed. Now, I grew up in here. This shed's been here since the 1970s. Now, Terry, my wife, tells me somewhere in here there's a common brown snake, and a large one at that. She estimates it to be 2 meters, 6 feet. Ideally, what they'll do is they'll stay low. They're a terrestrial snake, not venturing very high, and they're no good at climbing. Now, this is the perfect scenario for a brown snake, because where you've got rats and mice, of course, that's where you'll find your brown snakes. They come in and around through here, searching, looking for food. Oh, there goes a little mouse now. European house mouse. And there's the little beauty. Snakes quite often find their way up into cars, engine blocks. Now comes the tough part of trying to get this highly venomous snake out of quite a tight area.
The common brown lives up to its name in places where people are common. It gets into Australians' houses a lot, and when Australians are bitten, it's usually by this snake. Steve's quite used to rescuing these snakes from frightened humans.
Wow, what an epic. Common brown in that kind of environment is certainly very dangerous. I've had to use a catch bag. I don't muck with him. It's tail into a catch bag, and now I'll get him back out into the bush where he can never run into a confrontation with people again.